From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Set, 19!
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 75 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it...
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Jones last year led the Bills, 652 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, more than doubled his production from 2017. Now they're hoping for an even bigger bump this year. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 9, Monday.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 1st touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
First down, Cincinnati.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, Watson. It's caught inside the 25. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
19, 58, come on. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards there, first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Back to throw, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Here's Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Joker.
Allen off the play fake. And he floated one out there incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Check, 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 check. Alert, alert, alert.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Coleman has it here right side. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Allen, now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Hey, high 7.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Half in. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's complete to Brown, right side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
New Mike, Brown 80! Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins on 52. 52's the mic. Watch Mike, watch Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. from the gun. Here's Watson. And able to find Green. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, 87 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. We've seen that a time or two over the years from A.J. Green, long, explosive touchdown catches.
And he is so good at playing the ball in the air and going over the top of people to make catches. I think his teammates call it playing a little bit of hoops or playing above the rim. He is fantastic at it and continues to get better as his career progresses.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And avoids the contact by sliding. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. That's a prime example of how Josh Allen can hurt a defense. You remember back to his rookie season a year ago, 631 rushing yards, second only to Lamar Jackson. Also had 8 rushing touchdowns. He is a dual-threat QB. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Coleman now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's make these babies cry all the way.
On play action, Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Watson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, B, let's go.
Now Watson operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
He's checking. Crash.
To the air, Allen. And he fires one incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Watson. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And that goes for a gain of 31.
Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Not today, you are. Not today. Hey, Alpha.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
You don't want no problem.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready? 50 seconds, right? Here we go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. You got 3. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, switch. 56.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory. Right back out there doing the things that he does best and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Ball comes back to those defensive backs. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 30, the 20, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 81 yards, and the Bills get a bit closer. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
3 points down, coming. 58, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 24. Hold on, time, go.
Throwing on second down. Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
No, check. Round 80. 52 right here. 52. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On the draw play, Coleman. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, D. Stop.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. This is Coleman with a grab.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
At the 24-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Alert! Choose the mic right here, over there, right? Alert! Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Watch the end.
Allen going to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 4.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Gun. It's a safety creep. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
This will be taken in at the 1. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They will run again with Coleman. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he finds Safarian-Jenkins. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Go, go.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On play action, Allen. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carry win. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Coleman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hands, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Allen. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
A 47-yard attempt.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Back to Mixon on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Back at the 47-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Set. 19. Hey, hey, hey.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Pick me up. Here we go. Monday. Check 3. I got him. On me. New mic, 52.
Now Allen to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking, and got his man complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 91 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. Now Allen again. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. A little juke. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Set. 19. 49. 59.
From
From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line.
A gain of 18 on the play. And a Bengals first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Another time now.
Watson now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete, but come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground, and he usually goes up and gets it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Joe Mixon. And room there to work it inside the 25. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 24. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Coleman. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Single, slop. Over there, you're on an island. Hey, 17 George, watch 17. I got one. 57's a must.
Allen off the play fake. He completes it to Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Middle.
Throwing now is Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Robert Kimdichie showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, tight. No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
To throw, it's Allen. Flushed out right. Flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. This is Coleman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, there in the 4th quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's Watson. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To the air yet again, Watson. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there. As well. Let's see what this is.
Let's go!
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Allen to throw again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Regular. Hey, seam 6. Fellas, let's set a tone.
From the gun, Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
56. 52. Smooth. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Geno Atkins. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Straight pass, straight pass.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, and he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Finish that. 24. Rip right. 49.
Watson. And able to find Green. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Set. 19. 49. That's not doing.
Again, it's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Bengals, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.